Hello, ladies, and welcome to another episode for Lingerie and Lattes. If you don't know who I am Olivia Dramaga, and I founded Vulcan Ability as a guide for women and men to communicate better, live their lives in a harmonious fashion, and build stable, passionate relationships. With that being said, today's topic is going to be around understanding and communication between the woman and the man in the relationship. A lot of times I have really noticed that neither the man is kind of out of the loop that there is an issue, while a woman is sitting at home and stewing, so to speak. She could be at her work, she could be in the car, the location doesn't matter. But in her mind, she's really worked up about an issue that has been brought to her attention. She's unsatisfied, unhappy, and she just lacks the next step of opening up to her partner in such a way that it's a doorway for them to get even more connected on this topic and again build a bridge to meet their needs versus argue or believe that this is a wedge that's going to drive them apart and all of those other effects that happen when someone doesn't speak up for what's going on in their experience. Let's start though with prefacing this that every person, no matter who you are going to experience the same thing that someone else is experiencing slightly different because of your upbringing, because of your life experiences, and because of how you think, how you view the world, what you've been exposed to previously. Once we have this in mind, it becomes less of an issue that the other person doesn't get it. So I've noticed a lot with women that we get really frustrated that our partner doesn't understand that, we want this done differently. We want to have the dinner maybe an hour ahead of time, but versus what it is now. We want the trash to be taken out the night before, not the next morning. We want et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And we take it for granted that when we basically throw a tantrum, whether that's the silent tantrum of a silent treatment, going cold, acting weird, being snippy with your partner, those signals really break down communication within a relationship. We can always use an opportunity that there's lack of harmony as again putting down almost this red carpet or this bridge, I like to think of it, between one person and their very held strongly beliefs or needs and another person's strongly held beliefs and needs. And we can build this bridge where both people are being met where they are at, and it facilitates more groundedness, more understanding of a reality that the other person is valid as well in their experience, in their feelings, and probably in their lack of awareness that this is an issue if you have not spoken up in a way that invites communication. All right. If we see this for what it is, then we want to start asking ourselves questions. How do we communicate when we are experiencing a problem? And we want to bring that up to our partner so that we can move forward. Because that's really, in my opinion, the gem of conflict. Conflict is meant to bring two people even closer together. It's meant for them to understand each other a little bit more from a different angle, maybe slightly different, and it's really meant to move yourself to the next phase of the relationship. Well, if we're thinking about how do we approach our partners, the first thing I would mention is check yourself. Check yourself. Be honest with yourself. Like, am I fuming about this right now? Am I livid that they have done this for the umpteenth time and they don't seem to be bothered by it one bit? We have to come in first into ourselves. We are women. We need to go inside. It's all internal. and recognize, where am I in regards to this issue? Once you're able to kind of face that question, and again, open and honest communication with yourself is going to lead to open and honest communication with your partner. So if you're really angry, but you're telling yourself, I'm kind of over it, that's not going to work because your emotions are existing in the body. They are alive. They are kind of like an electricity pulse. So if you're lying to yourself, if you're, let's say a situation happened and you're really upset with your partner and you want to bring this up, you're asking for open communication. So you're checking yourself, you're thinking, all right, I'm pretty okay about this subject. And then you go to your partner, and let's say they're in the middle of doing something, but you're saying to yourself, I know how I'm feeling about this. I feel like I can speak to him in an open manner. And then you go in all guns blazing, and your partner is kind of taken aback, like, where is this coming from? Why am I feeling attacked right now? Here I am minding my own business, having no clue that you are going through all this turmoil inside. And now you're just kind of like, what, like dumping it all on me, with this intense reaction and expectation that you are right and I must change my behavior immediately. That's kind of the sense that comes off when we approach situations when we are too charged and we don't behave honestly with ourselves. So once we've checked ourselves, and again, as we all may know, sometimes feeling extremely passionate about a subject can be a doorway for communication, but you don't want to be in an anger state. You don't want to be in a state where you are clouded emotionally. If you are, take a breather, walk away, give yourself some space. It doesn't mean that you are avoiding or running away from the issue. What it means is that you are, again, putting yourself into an alignment where you are not so charged. You can still feel hurt, you can still feel angry, but it doesn't come off as like daggers to your partner. So once you've done that and you are in the state of like openness with yourself towards this feeling, then we want to find a good time to approach our partner. And this could be after dinner when everything kind of winds down. This could be maybe before the end of the workday. You know your relationship best. You know your partner best. Don't think about it from your perspective in that moment. Think about it from theirs. If you know that they are not a morning person, maybe don't bring it up at 9 in the morning that you have an issue you want to dig deeper into. If they get extremely tired after work and just want to decompress, maybe give them 30 minutes to maybe an hour. And then maybe you even want to do something for them to help them decompress, to help them become a little bit more relaxed in the body before you show them like, hey, there's something here that's somewhere in my peripheral vision and it's bothering me, and let's bring it out of the peripheral vision in between both of us. Let's look at it, dissect it, analyze it, and then we figure out what we have to do with it. Maybe we have to cut off half of it, toss it out. Maybe we keep the whole thing and just like a puzzle or a Rubik's Cube, just rearrange the pieces. This is, again, a metaphor. This is a metaphor because the Rubik's Cube and the puzzle that I'm discussing is the issue at hand. So sometimes you just have to readjust whatever your problem is. So after we've checked ourselves, we figure out a time that works best for our partner, and we feel like we can present them with something that they may not want to hear. No one wants to hear that there's conflict. No one is open. And again, a lot of the times that I've noticed, men don't even have this on their radar. They don't even know that something is an issue until it becomes such a large issue where women, we can't hold it in any longer, and then we just explode. Once again, why did I call this Vulcan ability? Because Vulcan ability is the ability to channel your emotions into a healing aid in your relationship versus allowing it to just sputter out like lava and destroy everything in its path. All right. After we have this open timing, you may want to start off with saying, hey, I don't know if you've been feeling this way, but there's something on my chest that I just want to maybe share with you so I don't want this to be festering inside of me. Again, own yourself, own your feelings. Don't put it up them. Don't open up the conversation saying, I have a bone to pick with you. You haven't doing this. I'm so frustrated that you're not doing blah, 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 blah. No, even though all of those things may be true for you, you don't want to come to your partner with assumptions and an attack mode. What you want to do is state where you are at, how your experience is going, and that is the open communication to allow your partner to then, with not feeling under attack, feeling very, vulnerable and like a safe space for you, then they could say, wow, I had no idea. This is the way that I was experiencing it. I actually thought you preferred me to do it this way because, and then they'll go into their reasons. Even if you do not agree with what they are saying, allow them to speak. Be quiet. Allow them to finish their thought. Again, I only speak to the healthy relationships. So again, if you feel like you are in an unhealthy relationship, I'm not the person that you should come to for guidance. Please go seek help. But with an open, healthy relationship, open as in flowing with the communication between two people, you are able to state your feelings as openly and as raw as you need to in order for you all to continue moving forward in this relationship and for it to be harmonious. All right, ladies, with that all being said, I don't know if you've noticed, but I've put up the waitlist for the Vulcan Ability Academy, which will be opening up soon for the application doors. Please feel free to put yourself onto the list. And this is a wonderful opportunity. I've run this program before, and we go deep into the history of sex. We go deep into the history of relationships and why modern relationships are so short term and they're very instant gratification focused versus how to build a long lasting foundation for your relationship. I have so much Capricorn in my birth chart that I'm here for the long run. I'm here for something that's building a legacy. And to me, in a relationship, building a legacy means a strong family. So then that goes through generations. All right. With that all being said, I hope you all have an absolutely magical Friday, and we will see each other next week.